it's just for you, like, to see. Okay. Okay. So from last classes, we've been going over the double consonants and the compound vowels. So we had let me get the pen. Okay. So we had a pube, and we had diut, tigut, kiok, and siut, and we called this one sang biut because it's double. So whenever you have pube, it's double. Therefore, it's double P. Same thing. This here, G sounds like J, so it's double. And I mentioned that this five are only used in the very first letter. So I said like consonant vowel. You had this, and then you also had like there. You had this one. You had. Let me erase this. You had this one. So very first consonant, you could use only this five. And then we also went over the compound vowels. We had this A plus E, which made it one compound vowels. So we had A, and then ye, 의, wa, wo, we, we, and then we. And I mentioned that these vowels are very similar sound. So like, it's like when you spell it in English, it's like when you write it, there are some different ways you write it. It's like same thing in Korean. Okay, so to review, we're gonna practice this word. Can anyone volunteer to pronounce this one?
토끼,
Toki, yes, perfect. How about this one?
꼬리,
Gori, perfect. How about this one?
아빠,
Appa, perfect. How about this one?
의자,
Uja, perfect. How about this one?
지우개,
Jiuge, perfect. How about this one?
가위,
Kawi, perfect. How about this one?
회사,
Huesa, perfect. How about this one?
돼지,
Yes, perfect. So far we've already learned all the consonants. We learned the double consonants. We learned all the vowels, compound vowels, and then we learned that the pachim, the very simple one, niun, mium, iun, liur, those part are pronounced as it's written. So, for example, here, mun, it's just like the N. It's like the N in the final pachim, and then mium, and then iung, and then liur. It's just like as it's written. So, and also remember that quick tips from the liur, when it's liur is back to back. So whenever you have liur, oh, I don't have example for that, but liur, let me see. Well, I can't really think about it right now, but whenever I remember, I will let you know. But oh, I actually remember now. Okay, so this one. So I just came up with the example. So this one is calendar. So you can see here it's real, and then you have the double. I mean, you have the real, and then you have real. So it's back to back. So therefore, it's gonna be LL sound. So 달력. If I have to write it down, it's tigut, real, right? And then real back to back, and then 여, and then 기억. So it's tigut. I mean D, A, and then double L, and then 여, EO, and then G. So 달력, 달력. So, and then also L, layer back to back, double L. So like this example right here, 설날 and 신라, you see how this one is a layer and then ni은 back to back, ni은, layer back to back. Therefore, it's LL. This one will also be LL if I have to write in this way. And then whenever you have R, you have the layered and in very first character of the letter, then it will be R sound. If it's like the last for final consonant, then it will be the L sound. So 설날, 신라, 문, 봄, 양, 물. Okay, so we went over the numbers last time. Could anyone volunteer to count this number 13 in Korean? This one? 13. That's this in the Korean. Someone says 십삼. Yeah. But yeah, that's right for a Sino-Korean. But how about the Korean one?
You're set.
열셋. Yes, perfect. 열셋. 열셋. Sino-Korean, that's 십삼. Someone mentioned. How about this one?
마흔아홉.
Yes, 아흔아홉. 아흔아홉. Let me write it here. I'll keep it. I'll just write it on my. Okay. Okay, so let me write it here. So here you have 90, right? So 90 is ahun. And then you add, I mentioned that if you know the single numbers and the 10th numbers, you can count from 1 to 99, and also the Sino-Korean as well. And then I also mentioned that Korean number, it only counts from 1 to 99. After 99, you can only use Sino-Korean. Sino-Korean goes from 1 to whatever number you can go up to. So this is the 10th number, and then you add the single number. So that's ahun, 아홉, right? Because this 아홉, 9 single, 90, and then 99, right? So you add those two, ahun, 아홉. I'm just like going over it really fast in case like someone is still confused. And also, so Sino-Korean, how about Sino-Korean?
19.
90?
99.
99, perfect. How about this one?
10.
I hear some words. Yes. It's right. 일은 일곱. Yes. 일은 일곱, because 일은, 70 is 일은, and then 일곱, single, 일은 일곱. How about Sino-Korean?
77.
77, perfect. Because 77. 77. Okay, perfect. That was the numbers through 1 through 99. And then once you get into the like 100, you go on from like, let me mention it here again. From the 99, you have 100, that's 100, 1,000, 1,000. I'm just going over it really fast. I just meant because in Korean money, they're just big number. I don't know why, but like it's big number. 천 is like worth $1 here. 천 won, and we also use for the money. We use won. That's the money when you count them. So you say $1 it's same thing one in Korea, like $1, 1,000 won, man won. This one is man, and then you add same thing. Like if I have to make an example, like one one. I'm just gonna make an example like this. If it's why is it so small? Okay. If I have to count this, then it will be this is same rule that you will just apply. Just add everything. So 1,000, or let me make it more harder. So 2,220 because those are all two. So E, you add just the numbers that is applied to, like it's 1,000, so 1,000, 100, peg, and then 20. I mean 20 is sheep is 10, and then the single number. This is the same thing, so you can apply to other numbers. Okay, so we mentioned that we went over the final consonant last time, this nium, mium, ing, lir, and those four are just pronounced as it's written, right? Now we'll go over more advanced, like more 받침 rules. So whenever you have piub or piub in the 받침, let me write it here, 받침. 받침, whenever you have 받침 final consonant, like this, pube and pube, then it will change the sound to pube. So when you write it, it should be in this way. But when you're speaking, when you're talking to someone, you will have to change this pube to pube or pube sound to the pube. So jeep, and then soup. Can you follow me after me? Jeep,
Cheap.
jeep. How about soup?
Huh?
Soup. Can you repeat after me? Soup.
Soup.
Soup. Perfect. Soup.
Soup.
It will sound like instead of a pube, it will be like soup when you pronounce it. When you pronounce it, it will be like this. So it'll be
Soup.
as yeah. And then u, and then it will be like this. U and then p. Soup. So that will right. So it will change like to this, but when you write it, make sure it's in this way. Okay, so other rule. So whenever you have a kill or sound kill, it will change to 기역 sound. So whenever you have a 기역 here, you'll see the final 받침, and then you have final consonant, right? Final consonant here, and then you have final consonant. You see 기역 here, 기역, kill, right? Kill, and then 쌍kill. All of this will change to 기역 sound. So it'll be 학교, 부엌, 낚시. Can you repeat after me? 학교, 부엌, 부엌, 낚시. 낚시. Perfect. 낚시.
With the F, Bashi.
낚시.
Oh, Daxi.
When you pronounce it, it will be this way. 낚시.
Daxi.
Means fishing. Okay, so whenever you have all of this word, this letter, alphabet, 디귿, 희응, 시옷, 쌍시옷, 지읒, 치읒, whenever you have it in a 받침 like this, then it will change to 디귿 sound. So this one, you see 디귿 here, you see the 디귿 in the final 받침, you see 희응, this is 시옷 at the 받침, 쌍시옷 at the 받침, 지읒 at the 받침, and then 지읒 at the 받침. So can you repeat after me? 돋보기, 돋보기, 밭, 희응, 옷, 옷, 있다.
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 낫,
나,
꽃.
꽃.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So those three rules are more like just the general rules. And whenever you have four of this in a pachim, just pronounce it as it's written. Whenever you have pube, then it changes the pube, and then kill, sang it changes to kiok. Whenever you have all of this tigut, tigut, hyung, shiu, sang, shiu, tiu, tiu, it will change to tigut. And then there are more advanced rules. This one is more advanced. I will make sure you know this one before you go on this. I'm just going over it because like someone mentioned. So this one is, so whenever you have tigut like this, and then whenever you have tigut like this after the e, so whenever you have tigut and then you have the hyut after, then it will change to ch sound, like ch sound, ch right here. And then whenever you have a tigut sound, tigut in a final consonant, and then you see the ing, then it will change to ch sound too. So whenever you have this, and then in the final pachim, and then you have the ing, then it will change to ch sound. And also whenever you have a tigut sound in the final pachim, and then you have the ing, then it will change to ch sound. So those are the rules. And also we have a few more rules. You have the shield followed by him. So whenever you have a shield followed by him, it will change tiga sound. Tiga sound. And then you have the shield. And then you have, after you have the him, it will change to heel sound. So for example, if I have to pronounce this one, 끝이. 끝이. Can you repeat after me? 끝이.
끝이.
끝이. 같이. 같이. 다치다.
다치다.
해돋이.
해돋이.
못하다. 못해요. Perfect. And then this is the other rule. So whenever you have kiok, tigut, piub, ziut, after or before the hue, it will change to sound like kiuk, tigut, piub, chiut. So whenever it will like more likely go like this: kiok to kiuk, tigut to tigut, piub to piub, and then ziut to chiut. So you have the hyung here, hyung after you have the jiut. Hyung is before the jiut, therefore it will change to chiut. So 좋지. Can you repeat after me? 좋지. Perfect. This one you have the hyung before the kiok. You see the kiok here, therefore it will change to cute sound. So can you repeat after me? 그렇게. 그렇게. Perfect. And then also right here, you see 기억, you see the 기억, and then hyung is after, therefore it will change to 기억 sound. So 축하. Perfect. This one is also 대답. Well, I was pronouncing earlier. So this one is piub, and then you see the hyung. Piub is before the hyung, therefore it will change to piub sound. So 대답해. Perfect. So this rules, it's just when you pronounce it, when you pronounce a word. It's whenever you pronounce when you're talking to people, but when you write it, it should be in proper way, in this way.
So it's like a silent letter, basically. Kind of how.
Well, depends on the consonant that you're using, because
okay,
yeah. So I will just remember for the beginner, like I will know this rule. What is it? This one, niun, piu, mium, piu, iung, liur. Those are just when you pronounce it, those are just what it's written. It doesn't change. So this one, I'll say example right here. It's door. Door, moon. So it's M. You see the M, moon. And it's U, and then N. So moon, like it's what it's written. So whenever you see those four in the pachim, then it's what's it's written. And whenever you see pil, it will change to pil, and then kyuk, sangyuk, and then all of those.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
those are
okay.
just yeah. So those are just rules of how you pronounce it. Whenever you have Korean letter like this, or like oh my god, like this.
Okay.
So sound blending. So I actually mentioned it a few times before when I was going over like previous lessons. I say that whenever you have like whenever you have a yung and g, it's a silent if it's in first character of the letter. Right. But whenever you have the final consonant, this will transfer to here, and then will change to will transfer this word will transfer to here, and then replaces it. So kyurun. Can you repeat after me? Kyurun.
귤은
Perfect. This is same thing. Like you have the yung here. This mium will transfer and replaces it, and 사람은. Can you repeat after me? 사람은.
사람은.
This one is same thing. This is shield right here. This replaces this il, and then 버섯은.
버섯은.
Perfect.
버섯은
버섯은. Yes, perfect. That was all good. Okay, so practice. We'll go. Can you repeat? Actually, can anyone volunteer to pronounce this one?
지도
지도. Perfect. How about this one?
경찰
경찰. Perfect. This one.
전화
Yes, perfect. 전화. How about this one?
신문,
신문. Perfect. How about this one?
창문,
창문
창문. Yes, perfect. How about this one?
야구
약국. Perfect. This one.
거울,
거울. Perfect. This one.
간호사,
간호사. Perfect. This one.
양말,
양말. Perfect. This one.
식당,
식당. Perfect. That was all good. How about this one?
생일
생일,
생일. Perfect. How about this one?
칠판,
칠판. Perfect. This one.
옷장,
옷장. Perfect. How about this one?
신발
신발. Perfect. How about this one?
은행,
은행. Perfect. How about this one?
책상,
책상. How about this one?
식탁
식탁. 식탁.
식탁.
식탁
Can you repeat after me? 식탁.
식탁,
식탁
Perfect. How about this one?
동물원,
동물
Perfect. 동물원. 동물원. Can you repeat after me? 동물원.
동물원
Perfect. How about this one?
안경,
안경
안경. Perfect. How about this one?
공책,
공책
공책. Perfect. So yeah, those if you know all of this, if you know all of how to pronounce all of this, and it looks like you guys do, and I've like those are just the ones that we went over so far. If you know this, like you're good. I think you guys are good at it. So you're good. Okay. So nationality in Korean. So whenever here we say, when when they ask you where you're from, you're like, where what nationality are you? Then it'll be like Korean. You don't put like Korea person or like China person or like America person. You don't say that. In Korea, you have to add 사람 afterwards. You have to put person or people after the national, the country name. So this one, it means American, but we will say America person. This means Korea. You will put 사람 after it. So Korea person. That's what you say. Here they were asking, are you Chinese? 중국 사람이에요. So you see how like 사람 was added. This one it says no, 아니요. 한국 사람이에요 means see, I'm Korean, so 사람 is added after the country. This was just like an additional info that I wanted to mention. Okay, so conversational phrases. So today's topic is where are you going? So where are you going? 어디에 가요? Can you repeat after me? 어디에 가요?
어디에 가요?
어디에 가요? Perfect.
어디에 가요?
Perfect. So last time we went over the family tree. We'll just go over the few nouns using the family tree. So going back to the conversational phrases. So this, whenever you're referring to a person, when you're indicating a person, or like when you're trying to mention the person in this sentence, you can add the person, the noun here, the noun in front of this ODA. So you can add it, and this OD means where. So you can add the places as well. So you can put the noun that you're referring to, like mentioning to, and then OD, it could be a place that you can add. We'll go with more example, and it makes sense more. Okay, so the nouns we went over: 나, 여동생, 남동생, 사촌, 오빠, 언니, 형부, 조카, 아버지, 아빠, 어머니, 엄마, 이모, 외삼촌, 외숙모, 고모, 큰아버지, 작은아버지, 할머니, 할아버지, 외할아버지, 외할머니. So 여 means a girl. So when they are younger, they're and a girl, then it's 여동생. If it's a boy, 남동생. And make sure that you are a girl when you are referring to this tree, because if it's a boy, it will be different. If it was a boy, it will be, this person will be young because you're a boy, and then this person will be 누나 because you're a boy, and then so on. But for example, we are using these nouns. Okay, so last time we also went over the particles. If the last letter had a consonant, then it's E, and then 은. And if the last letter had a vowel, then you use 가 or 는. So 이, 가 is the subject particles, and then 는 or 는, 은 or 는, it's the topic particles, and depends on situations. You use this chart to figure it out. And then to consistency, we will use 는 or 는. So we will use the topic. It changes, depends on the situation. So for the consistency, we will use 는 or 는 topics and particle. In this one, so 아빠 is dead. 는 is the particle. So you're mentioning 아빠. Where is your 아빠 going? So where is your dad going? 아빠 means dad. You're mentioning where he is going, and then you use 는 because instead of 은, because there is a vowel. So going back here, there is a vowel. So use 는, and then 어디에 가요? So can you repeat after me? 아빠는 어디에 가요?
아빠는 어디에 가요?
Perfect. This one. 엄마는 어디에 가요?
어디에 가요?
Perfect. Can you repeat after me? 여동생은
여동생은
어디에 가요?
어디에 가요?
Perfect. And then you know this one is 는 because of vowel. It's because you have the final consonant here. Can you repeat after me? 남동생은
남동생은
어디에 가요?
어디에 가요?
Perfect. So to answer, you just need to add the nouns. You can also questioning when you question, you can also add a noun as well. But to make it more easier, I just wanted to go answer first, and then we'll go back to the question to add nouns. So company is 회사. Can you repeat after me? 회사. Perfect. 회사. So we mentioned that when you add the topic particle and then the person, it's 아빠는 어디에 가요? And then when you answer, you can add a noun. Like you can add a noun, the places. So this is the places. You can add a noun here. 회사. So 아빠는 회사에 가요 means 아빠 is going to the company. So 아빠는 회사에 가요. Can you repeat after me? 아빠는 회사에 가요. Perfect. So first we mentioned this one. It just means right here, going back here. It just means where you're going. So it just means where you're going. To be specific, you can add the noun, the person, the specific person here with the particle, the topic particle or subject particle, depends on situation. And then you can, to be more specific, you can add the places because it just means where. Okay. And that could be added in a question, when you answer. So this was one of the examples. So you add a specific person and then specific place. So this one, you can also ask, 아빠는 회사에 가요? Can you repeat after me? 아빠는 회사에 가요? So if I have to say it fast, 아빠는 회사에 가요? Perfect. And then this one, 네 means yes. Yeah, 네 means yes. 아니요 means no. So right. So whenever you answer and then they ask you, oh, is your father going to the company? Then you have to answer. So you say yes, 네. 아빠 is going to company. 아빠는 회사에 가요. Can you repeat after me? 아빠는 회사에 가요. Perfect. So this one, repeating. 아빠는 회사에 가요. It was just repeating. I just wanted to mention when it's not the case, your dad is not going to company. So you will say 아니요. It's the same thing. Like you can answer 아니요. Doesn't really matter. They are same meaning.
Okay.
Yeah. So 아니요. 아빠는 회사에 안 가요. So whenever you have not, you just add 안. So if it wasn't like this, then it will be positive. The dad is going. If it was here 안, I can't really erase it. But if 안 was added, then 아빠 is not going to the company. So 아니요. 아빠는 회사에 안 가요. Can you repeat? Mm-hmm.
So basically, so you said like this person, this place, and then whatever it's doing. So you will say no to whatever they're doing, or
you're saying no, the dad is not going to company. So they were asking, well, the person was asking, is your dad going to going to the company? And you know that is not going to company, you will say no, that is not going to company. So therefore you will say 아니요, no, 아니요. 아빠는, 아빠, you're indicating my dad. 회사에, it's the company. 안 가요, 안 가요. It means if you add an, that means not. So you're
No, but I was confused, but was because like I can see that it's like the person, the place, and then the action.
the action. Because
The verb is the last one.
You will do like me, action, and then the place. But this is like
so
yeah, go ahead.
So the noun, like the topic particle, so like the person, and then the place, and then the action.
Is the verb always the last?
Which one? The girl?
The verb.
The verb? I think that's what it looks like.
Verb?
The verb is like the action of the sentence.
So it's gonna be the last word. Always? Looks like always.
Depends. Because most of times yes, but it depends.
I have a question. I know that yes is gonna be yeah.
Which one?
A yes. I heard that it's gonna be yeah, not ne.
You can say ne or ye, but
does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. But most common way is this way.
Okay.
Yeah, most common way. Maybe like 5 to 10% will use ye, but ne is the most common way. Okay, we'll go more examples, and you will see. You will see the pattern. Okay, so Jaden is the name. So whenever you are referring to a person, you're calling a person, and then you ask, is your dad going to company? 아빠는 회사에 가요? So you can say 우리 아빠는 회사에 가요. So 우리 means us, but we'll go over it why we call it 우리. It's my. 아빠 is going to the company. So can you repeat after me? 우리 아빠는
우리 아빠는
회사에 가요.
회사에 가요.
Perfect. So Mr. It's the Mr. Korean word. So in Korean language you will hear 우리 a lot in daily basis. 우리 just means we or our in English. But we just say why we are saying, because it just means, I mean, when you translate, it just means we or our, but it doesn't translate right away. Like it doesn't translate, it doesn't want to translate literally, like in a right translation. So you might heard 우리 아내 or 우리 남편. It doesn't mean that it's our wife and our husband, but it doesn't mean that they have like few wives or few like husband. It doesn't mean that way. Like it's not, we are not whatever that word, but homogamous country. We only have like one wife and one husband. But Korean culture, they just emphasize more group, more whole, that rather than individual. So that's why we call it 우리 가족, means our family. 우리 학교, our school. Even though the other person is not going to school as I do, you will just say our school. And then 우리 회사, like you will say our company, our house. So even though it's individual thing, you will go 우리 because Korean culture they're more group than individual. Okay. So 뭐 just means 백화점. Can you repeat after me? 백화점.
백화점.
Perfect. Okay, so 엄마는 어디에 가요? They just changed the 아빠 to 엄마 because they want to be more specific. So they are asking 엄마, where is your 엄마 going? So it answered, 엄마는 백화점에 가요. This is a place, and then the noun. So 엄마는 백화점에 가요. Can you repeat after me? 엄마는
엄마는
백화점에 가요.
백화점에 가요.
So, and then also, so this is another example. We have one more, and you will see the pattern. 엄마는 백화점에 가요. They're asking, and then you said, you know where she's going, so you will say yes. 네. 엄마는 백화점에 가요. Can you repeat? Yeah. Can you repeat after me? 엄마는 백화점에 가요.
엄마는 백화점에 가요.
You can just say yes, but like they just like I just wanted to make it more practice.
Say 엄마가.
Yes, depends on situation where. So remember the chart. Depends on the situation you will use 가.
Can you do it in this case?
This case, because they ask you in a topic particle, 엄마는 백화점에 가요. You can, but you can say that, but when they're asking, is your 엄마 going to mall? So like they're asking in if she's going, you know where she's going. And then
So
when
if it's a specific question, this would be the way to answer it.
This, what do you mean? Like when
Like
particle is
specific, yeah, if they're asking straight out, is she going, because they were specific in saying mother and mall, if that's where she's going, if we have to answer it like that.
When you know the fact that she's going, then it's yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the fact that she's going there, so use 는. But it really depends on situation. You can use 가 in this case too. Like
Can
even
you use, in the question? Can you use 가 in the question? 엄마가.
You can do that. I'm just using 은 or 는 because I wanted to keep it constancy, so like no one gets confused. But depends on the situation. You can use 가. Like you can use 엄마가 백화점에 가요, like that. Like 네 엄마가 백화점에 가요. Or you can use 엄마는 백화점에 가요. Then you can say 엄마가 백화점에 가요. Like or 엄마는 백화점. It depends on situation where what you're referring to. Like in what situation. So okay, so 엄마는 백화점에 가요. It's asking, you're saying no. This is the same thing. 엄마는 아니요. 엄마는 백화점에 안 가요 because she's not going. So just know that like add an in front of the 가요. An in front of the 가요. They are asking Jaden like the name, where is mom going? And then 우리 엄마는 백화점에 가요. My mom, even though it's our in Korean, they're basically referring to my mom. Like my mom is going to the mall. 우리 엄마는 백화점에 가요. Again, Jaden 엄마 백화점에 가요. Name, and then same thing. 네, 우리 엄마는 백화점에 가요.
But they don't have a particle in the question here.
Where?
엄마
Oh, I just forgot to do that. Yeah.
But I think you can skip it actually. Can you?
You can, yeah, you can. You can do that. But I'm just trying to go over.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can say, like you can put 엄마, like comma. You're calling 엄마 백화점에 가요.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to go over, like I'm trying to more practice with the particles, but you can say that. You can say 엄마 백화점에 가요. But when you say that, I'll raise 마, like 엄마 백화점에 가요.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of 엄마, because if you say 엄마 백화점에 가, it means you're not how to say, it feels awkward if you say that. If
Yeah.
you're just, yeah.
Probably in 반말. Can you skip it in 반말 though?
반말 is that's 반말 means like it's not polite. I mean, it's formal way, casual way to use it to friends in case someone doesn't know. So if it's like that, then you erase you. So you can say 엄마는 백화점에 가. 엄마는 백화점에 가. 엄마 백화점에 가. You can say that. But for now, like I will go, for people who doesn't know, like then that's why like I wanted to go over like this. Like adding the particles, and this is a proper way. When you write it, you have to go this way. But because we wanted to shorten it when you say it, that's why it came out like 엄마 백화점에 가 or 엄마 백화점에 가요, like that.
Yeah.
But when you write it in proper way, this is the right way. Okay, so 아니요, no. 우리 엄마는 백화점에 안 가요. No, 우리. No, 아니요. 엄마, 우리, and then that, 안 가요. Okay, so more advanced. Jaden. Okay, so Jaden. The name, you can add whatever name. And then where is your 엄마 going? And then you can say 아니요. And you know that your mom is not going to the mall. Then you can say no. 아니요. 우리 my 엄마는 백화점에 안 가요. Not going to the mall. And then you wanted to say that where she's going, since she's not going to the mall. Then you can add where she's going. 우리 my 엄마는 회사에 가요. So in English, it's like, no, my mom is not going to mall. My mom is going to company. You can say it in Korean too. So like, 아니요, 우리 엄마는 백화점에 안 가요. 우리 엄마는 회사에 가요. Can you repeat after me? 아니요.
아니요.
우리 엄마는
우리 엄마는
백화점에 안 가요.
안 가요.
우리 엄마는 회사에 가요.
회사에 가요.
So the last example is 영화관. It means movie theater. So same thing when you're asking, like you can call person. So I'm calling someone, like I'm calling my brother. I mean, or to say I'm calling friend, and her name was Jiwon. So I can say Jiwon. This is something that I could add to. You can say Jiwona. Usually when you call Korean person, you add a. So like Jiwona, like that Jiwona name. Where is your 여동생 going? Like 동생은 어디에 가요? 우리 동생은 영화관에 가요. My 여동생 is going to movie theater. 우리 여동생은 my 여동생. They are referring what person, and then the noun, like the places, the movie theater, and then 가요, going to. Okay. So this one is asking the same thing and you know the answer. Yes. My 여동생 is going to movie theater. 우리 여동생은 영화관에 가요. And then if you don't know, Anio, you add Anio. Same thing. You just add an because she's not going. This one, you said, well, you said that you're not going, so you said 아니요, 우리 여동생은 영화관에 안 가요. Then you can say, and then also you can answer it as like my 여동생 is going to the 노래방. So
Where?
you're referring to 노래방. 노래방 means a karaoke room.
노래방.
노래방. Yeah.
노래방.
Yeah, like in Korea, there are a lot of like karaoke places where you, like most young people go there, play to sing. So that's the karaoke place. They're referring where she's going. So 우리 여동생은 노래방에 가요. Okay. So do you guys have any questions like before we end?